Today we're going to talk about the true cost of imposter syndrome. So for those of you who don't know, imposter syndrome is a name given to that feeling that you're not very good at the job that you're doing, and at some point people are going to find out that you're actually an imposter, that you have no idea what you're doing, that you're not trained for it, that you've gotten this job by accident or snuck in or something. And this is kind of like a classic, a classic thing that happens in programming, but really a classic thing that happens in any creative field. And so imposter syndrome is one of those things that maybe you get past once you get enough confidence and whatnot, and sometimes it's a thing that people never get past. And it's not really great to feel like you don't belong. That's one of the things that makes it really hard to enjoy your time at work or like appreciate your skill in life. But there's this kind of second cost. And I learned this from doesn't matter, but the truth is that at work you should not always be doing your best work. And that sounds absolutely crazy, right? Like, why would you not be doing your best work at your job? Well, there are some things that do require your best work, things that are really important that you need to put your effort and energy into, things that you need to try hard about, try hard at. That's the word I'm looking for, at. But there are also things that you don't need to try hard at, things that, not because they're easy, but because they're not important. Understanding when things are important and require your A+ work, and when things are not important and your C- will do, is one of the biggest differences between effective and ineffective workers. Because there's always an infinite number of things to do. That's the modern workplace. That's how it why we're all stressed all the time, because we want, we have an infinite to-do list. But prioritizing and deciding the things that are worth your A+ effort and aren't is huge. I haven't, nailed that down. I feel like no one really has nailed that down, but getting better over time is how you grow in your career in a lot of cases. And so why am I talking about this, and how does this relate to imposter syndrome? Well, when you feel like an imposter, when you're suffering from imposter syndrome, doing your C- work and having other people see it is mortifying. It sucks. You're like, I can't do a bad job on this because people will know that I'm terrible. They'll finally figure out that I shouldn't be here and I shouldn't have this job, right? So you try to do your best work all the time, and you try to do your A+ work on things that don't matter. And that means you're able to do less or put less effort into the things that are important. So, for example, in my job, it's incredibly important to, let's say, write good code. But it's not incredibly important to have grammatically correct emails. Obviously, writing the English language is a wildly difficult and interesting topic that people's entire lives have been dedicated to. But if my emails are slightly unclear, or maybe not the best, or have typos or grammatical errors, they're still going to understand me. They might be like, that's lazy, that's sloppy, whatever. But that's a place where it's okay to kind of have sloppy, things. Communication is obviously very important, but if you write and rewrite a sentence on an email until it's just perfect, like it was an essay you're publishing, you spend a lot of time on that. You could have spent doing something that was, going to make a big difference in the quality of your work. And so this is, I think, this kind of secret cost of imposter syndrome. When you're not confident enough to do bad work and say, this is not a reflection on me and my value as a human. This is a choice I made. It's a choice I made to prioritize and put my efforts where they are needed. And I don't care if someone sees this and thinks that was lazy or that was sloppy, because I know that they know that I'm good, that I can do the work that's important. And maybe someone might not recognize that you're prioritizing, and that, is a nightmare perhaps, but when the things that are important get done well, that is when you get praised. When the things that are done poorly are done well, there you get praised too, but it doesn't matter, right? Actually making a meaningful difference at a place, at a company, with a mission, whatever, in whatever mission that you choose. It doesn't have to be a company, and it could be personal as well. That's when, that praise is meaningful, when you've made an impact. Okay, so the true cost of imposter syndrome is that people are afraid of doing bad work, but sometimes you need to do bad work to get your resources to where they will have the most impact. Thanks everyone for watching, and take care.